Yo, what is going on, everybody? Hopefully everyone's having a good day today. IG here, back with another video. Today's video, we're going to kind of touch a little bit on Final Fantasy. And when I say Final Fantasy, I mean Final Fantasy 16. Yes, apparently Final Fantasy 16 still exists. Excuse me. So there was a recent, when I say recent, I'd say, maybe about a week ago, there were some articles that came out. I guess there was like some sort of conference where the developers were talking about Final Fantasy 16. I think it was like during like a Nier stream, right? And Yoshi P, he kind of touched on that the trailer, apparently they have a trailer, right? That the trailer is done, and there was some couple of issues apparently that delayed the announcement, but that a trailer should be dropping here in the very near future. Which, I mean, I guess we shouldn't be, surprised on that, just due to the fact that, I think 6 months ago, six or so months ago, that they talked about that we were gonna get some more information on FF16 during springtime, and obviously, we're in May at this point. So they're kind of behind the eight ball a little bit, but I guess we shouldn't really fault them. Take their time. I rather them take the time, work through these issues, whatever the case may be, instead of releasing trailers. Because as we know, when it comes to Square Enix, their trailers, they reveal quite a bit of information in their trailers. I'm starting to kind of like drift back somewhat when it comes to watching their trailers. Perfect example with the Final Fantasy Origin, Stranger Paradise, that was released like a month or two ago. They just reveal so much of their story into the trailers, which I guess, at the time, yeah, the trailers are hype, but once you get into playing the game, you're like, oh, I saw all this during the trailers. So I've kind of started to kind of drift away from really paying attention to the Square Enix trailers, especially if it says final trailer. If it says final trailer, you're done for. Be ready to have half of the story revealed for you in that trailer. Anyways, not to get sidetracked and go on a tangent. But overall, again, they said that the trailer was almost done. Apparently that the game is pretty much completed. That they're just kind of polishing and debugging the game, which, again, that's actually pretty surprising. I guess, if they're already kind of at the point where that the game is already somewhat complete and they're in the final stages of just debugging, we could be getting this game a lot sooner than we realize. Me personally, do I feel like the game is still going to be released this year? I doubt it, just due to the fact that Forspoken, it's another one of their new IPs that was delayed, that should be coming out later this year. I can't remember the exact date off the top of my head. I'm thinking maybe September, October. So if they're kind of gearing up for that, I just don't see them really releasing FF16 around the same time. That's just going to interfere with the Steam and the sales as far as Forspoken goes. Because again, if you're a Square Enix fan, Final Fantasy is pretty much one of their go-to main franchise titles. That's just going to outshine their potential new off the ground IP. So I don't see them dropping anything, this year. Would I be surprised if it came out in the holidays like December? Yeah, I'd be surprised. But I'm leaning more towards maybe the first of the new year, maybe like a January, like a February. And I think that would be more realistic, or that would probably make the most sense, at least for me, off the top. But overall, it's exciting news, right? FF16 is pretty much done. The gameplay looks very, very promising. It has kind of like a mixture of, I guess you can say FF15. Like it has some DMC, obviously. I know that they hired some developers out of Capcom, I think out of Capcom, that worked on Dragon's Dogma. So, I mean, they're definitely going a different direction, which I'm good with. I'm definitely good with. I think the days of the whole turn-based JRPGs. I'm not saying it's necessarily dead, of course not, because look at Persona, right? And some of these other JRPGs. But from a Square Enix standpoint, a Final Fantasy standpoint, I think getting away from that is a breath of fresh air. I like the direction that they're going with. Especially this title seems a lot more action based. So I definitely like from what I saw from the trailer. Characters, of course, still need a little bit more time to kind of see. You know, I'm kind of up in the air as far as how I'm feeling about the characters, and of course the storyline as well. So overall, exciting to see a game like it's somewhat getting closer to being revealed to us again as far as a new trailer. Are you guys excited for the project though, or you guys are kind of just you know, whatever about it? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I'm curious to see, and yeah, we'll catch you guys on the next video. All right, have a good one. Peace.